Imagine going to the doctor, hoping for help, but instead becoming part of a government experiment that lets you die on purpose. No consent, no warning, just silent observation. This is the story of the Tuskegee Syphilis Study, one of the most horrific breaches of medical ethics in American history. The roots of this tragedy begin deep in the history of racism and exploitation in medicine. Back in the antebellum South, doctors commonly experimented on enslaved black people without consent. There was a twisted belief that black bodies were fundamentally different, that black people felt less pain, had different brains, and even reacted differently to disease. This disturbing mindset set the stage for a government backed medical atrocity. In 1932, the U.S. Public Health Service launched what they called a study in Macon County, Alabama, involving 600 poor African American men. 399 had syphilis, when 201 did not. None of them knew they were being studied. Instead, they were told they were being treated for bad blood, a vague term used to describe conditions like fatigue or anemia. Many of these men had never seen a doctor before. They were promised free food, transportation, basic health care during a time when unemployment in the region was over 50%. But the truth was chilling. The goal of the study was to observe what happens when syphilis goes untreated. Even after penicillin became the standard treatment for syphilis in the 1940s, the researchers refused to treat the men. They went as far as to withhold penicillin and continued to run tests and monitor their slow decline. These men suffered from blindness, mental illness, organ failure, and death. Worse, many men unknowingly infected their wives and passed the disease to their children. For 40 years, the study continued until one man stepped forward. Peter Buxton, a public health employee, questioned the ethics of the study and tried to raise alarms internally. When no one listened, he went to the press. In 1972, the story broke. The nation was outraged. The government had knowingly allowed hundreds of black men to die just to see what would happen. The fallout was massive, and the study was shut down. In 1973, Fred Gray, a civil rights attorney, filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of the victims and their families. The government settled, paying $9 million in damage. The victims were promised free medical care and burial services. But how do you truly make up for decades of pain, deception, and death? In 1997, 25 years after the study ended, President Bill Clinton issued a formal public apology. Today, the Tuskegee Syphilis Study remains one of the darkest strains in American medical history. It's a painful reminder of the consequences of racism, exploitation, and blind trust in authority. It also reshaped medical ethics forever, leading to stricter rules about informed consent, the formation of institutional review boards, and more protection for human subjects in research. But for the families affected, the wounds remain. And the question still echoes: how many lives have to be lost before someone speaks up?